For me, hidden loyalties is such an important topic. We have loyalties to belief systems. We have loyalties to our siblings, to our family members, to our ethnicity, to our religion, to our tribe, to our nation, to our grandparents, to so many different things. We have loyalties to groups of people that we don't even know. And so it starts with the ability to be happier than those who gave us life. Are we able to say, Mother, please bless me if I have the courage to be happier than you? Father, please smile upon me kindly if I have the courage to have more than you. So what happens if you are raised in a family and your brother or sister is disabled? Are you able to have, become and do more than that sibling? Dare you be happier than that individual? What if your ancestors were persecuted? What if your ancestors were slaves? Are you able to say to your ancestors, please bless me if I have the courage to thrive and to be happier than you? Or do you have to be loyal to the suffering? What if your grandparents survived the Holocaust or ran from the Russian pogroms? What if you are of indigenous blood and you come from a nation that has been colonized? What if you're from the so-called New World? What if you're from Argentina or Australia or New Zealand or Canada or the United States? One of those nations where the indigenous peoples were either massacred or have been marginalized or were wiped out by the diseases and the illnesses that came with the settlers that came, or just simply murdered. What if you're from one of those nations? Can you allow yourself to have it all and to allow your magnificence to shine, taking into consideration what has happened before? And so that can be equally true if it is the perpetrator that you are the grandchild of, or the descendant of, or the victim. In my work with individuals, through many years of doing ancestral healing and family constellation work, I've observed that it makes no difference. So if you are the descendant of the slave owner, you are just as likely to sabotage your own success through alcohol, through consistent bankruptcy, through drug taking, even through suicide, than you are if you are the descendant of the slaves. So in fact, the descendant of the slaves or the colonized, and the descendants of the slave owner or the colonizers share a very similar fate. Who carries the heavier burden? The grandchild of someone who worked at Auschwitz, or the grandchild of the one who survived Auschwitz? Who carries the greater burden? And in my experience, the burden is equally great. Making that statement may even get me into a lot of trouble. For a lot of people are really focused on making the victim far more important than the perpetrator. But what I'm here to say is that the after effects are really exponential.